I tell you, this happened to me and it may happen to you too. So listen close and listen well, lest they sell you for a new set of clothes. I was a pilot once, riding my red-winged mount over land and sea, with no fear of what lay above or below. I chased the sun in its eastward motion and did not let it set. I traveled between the meridians as effortlessly as our world travels between the houses of the zodiac. And so it was that one day I set out to visit Neshen, the city of the immortals. And yes, I must confess, this idea was born out of my greed and my own desire to see beyond the limits of what the architect designed for us all. For, as much as one may be able to secure eternal daylight by chasing the great sun, the sun within us all still wants to set. Thus I took my trusted steed and I set north, beyond the equator and past the peaks of the White Mountains. I went north until the trees gave up on growing and the herds of bison became too many to count. But I did not find Neshen there. I did not find it there, and neither did I find it anywhere else amidst the endless desert. And then one day my mount flew straight into a storm. I tried steering it back, I tried every trick I knew, but my plane did not respond and kept on flying on that course which it itself had decided on. So I closed the windows and manifested good thoughts, preparing for the worst. And, when I woke up, I found myself in a strange new city, a city of wealth and splendor unlike anything I had seen before in any of my travels. The bricks of the houses were made of porcelain, the doors were made of redwood decorated with mother-of-pearl and pyrite mirrors. The streets were paved with obsidian so finely polished that it made me feel as if I was standing on the very sky, and from every balcony hung banners made from iridescent linen, each house flying patterns more dazzling than the last. If this was not Neshen, then I had surely found a place greater than it. So great were its inhabitants that, in knowing that they would never be as beautiful as their city, they refused to let themselves be seen by anyone else. Only their voices could be heard, which sounded like the wind on a windless day, yet I understood more clearly than my own thoughts. And they talked about so many things. They talked about time, and they talked about the fates of all people who had ever died. No matter how long ago or how far away, their names and the reasons for their demise were known to them. This I found strange, yes, for surely a people so refined would understand the funerary taboos and the proper ways of addressing those who have since passed. But at first, I must confess, I shrugged it off as nothing more than the peculiarities so typical of foreigners. It wasn't until 11 days had passed that this changed. It was only on the 11th night that I discovered their library. There, laid before me, were two shelves, one full of books about all the wars, plagues and famines that had already passed, and another full of books about all the tragedies that were yet to come. And there I read my name and, written in red ink, all the details of my journey to this strange city, even those that still had not happened. Indeed, it was there written that, at the dawn of the 12th day, I would die. But this could not be. Surely I hadn't spent the last day sleeping in a city of sorcerers, a city of people who manifest evil into the world. And so I cried, I ran out into the street, and I cried to the wish-giver, to whom I said, "I cannot go yet. O wish-giver, O heart of the monad, this surely can't be my end. My name is winemaker for the temple, a promise my dying mother made to you for me to fulfill. So how could I die now, before I have been able to make wine for you? The fruit for your wine still has not ripened, so how could it be that I am to die tomorrow? Change my fate, O wish-giver, so that I won't die a liar." And then the voices of the city dwellers grew quiet, and my steed appeared in front of me. Truly I had been listened to, and truly the wish-giver wanted me to fulfill my mother's promise. Thus I flew away and never looked back. I returned home and devoted myself fully to the art of wine-making. So here I tell, here I pray, that this advice with you might stay. Think good thoughts, speak good words, and always make sure to keep your oaths.